So you learned that men could have as many wives as they wanted in heaven, and women couldn't. And you're a woman, or you were a girl then, so this didn't sit with you very well, and you questioned it.
I did question it because I could see some living examples, and if you have, as I said, if you have a wife, she dies young, you marry another one, there's no problem, you're with both of them in heaven. But if I marry someone, he dies, and then I marry another guy, I'm only sealed to the first one. And I can't be with the other one. And I've seen that happen to a woman that would lose her husband at the age of 23 and then live 50, 60 years with a husband number 2. But she wouldn't be in heaven with him. And when you ask these questions, you're told, oh, Heavenly Father will have his way, and he doesn't want anyone to be unhappy. He will somehow deal with it. But
that's a great answer.
I don't know. Yeah,
be quiet. You don't know
exactly
what you're talking about.
That's the answer to everything.
Divorce rate these days. He must be very busy.
Yeah, that's the answer to everything, and I kind of wasn't okay with that.
Okay, so it was basically like was it a series of things that made you question the entire religion? Was there a specific moment when you said, okay, I just don't believe this anymore?
Yeah, when did you jump out of this plane?
Well, it was very gradual for me, and these things were the first seeds. And then...
And how old were you approximately at this point?
20.
You're about 20 years old?
About okay. 20 years old. And these were always my concerns. And then...
These are in the back of your head as you were growing up.
Exactly.
But you were still committed to the church.
Yeah. Okay. Like, do I really need this? And how come some people are much better people out of church? And yeah, all these questions, all these, I would say, moral questions. But that would still, I could still somehow tell myself, okay, you need to believe more, you need to believe that God will reveal that later to you, and that he has his plan, and that somehow works, and you just gotta follow and obey.
So you thought you were doing something wrong?
No, but I thought that maybe I'm just too proud to question that. And then I started to work in Prague in an office, which was owned by a person who was a former Mormon missionary, American guy living in Prague. And we were talking, and I was thinking, how can I help him to get back to church, and what were the reasons that this person is not going anymore. And then he told me one thing, and he said, I will ask you one question. And he said, how many wives did Joseph Smith have? And I said, what do you mean? Emma Smith, one? And he said, well, I'll just let you sleep on it. Go home, do your research. I'm not going to say anything else. Just find out. So I went home, and of course, internet was full of evil. That was, it was the devil's tool. But
what year was this? About what year? Around what year was this?
Well, 10 years ago, 2007-ish, 7, 8,
okay.
Yeah. And
MySpace era. Right? Is it? No, it was after that.
So I thought, okay, maybe I won't find my answers on the internet because it's full of evil and it's full of false information. So I'll go to the church websites and to the church genealogy websites, and I will research there. And I found out within a couple of minutes that he had many wives, and some of them were very young, and one of them was 14.
And again, so Joseph Smith, he is basically the founder of
the prophet,
Mormonism.
Yes.
Okay.
And I was shocked by that, not as much about the fact, I knew there was polygamy and things like that, but about the fact that all this was always hidden. No one
Nobody
ever
told you.
Told us. It was nowhere. I opened all the books and it always said Emma Smith. Nothing, not even a word. And then he married a 14-year-old girl, and her mom was absolutely devastated by it and things like that. And I found it on church genealogy page, and they couldn't even write that she was 14. They wrote it
Because that's kind of
a couple
pedophilia.
months before her 15th birthday.
Oh, that's really weird.
Yeah.
That makes it even better.
And I thought, okay,
Yeah.
wow. And so I went to Doug, to my boss, and I said, okay, give me more. I'm ready.
You're ready for the truth.
And yeah, it's somehow
Yeah.
how I got into that. And but still, it wasn't clear that I would leave. And I still liked my community. I still liked my friends. I still liked how I felt there for how people made me feel, because they make you feel special and appreciated. So I kind of created two different worlds. I created my world outside, and friends and people and new colleagues that didn't even know that I was Mormon ever.
Or knew what it was, right?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people still don't know what Mormonism is.
Yeah, exactly. So that was my normal life, and then I still would go to the church. And yeah, and that lasted at least two years, because I somehow didn't want to hurt people in the church. And quite frankly, if I'm totally honest, I was still a little bit afraid, what if it's true? And so that took me quite a long time. And then one day I knew that I don't need those crutches anymore, and I'm fine to walk on my own. So yeah.
Welcome to reality.